What's up, cuties? Hope you guys are all having a wonderful day so far. If you're brand new to my channel and you're a new viewer, think about subscribing. I post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at noon. Either way, I am so glad you are here and stumbled upon this video. For today's topic, I thought we would do a dating story time about something that happened maybe a month ago. I went on a date with a billionaire, which sounds so fucking weird to say, but I was chatting with my roommate about it probably, on and off the last month since it's happened, and I thought it would be an interesting story to share with you guys about my experience and what I learned from it. So that's what today's video is gonna be. Real quick, if you haven't seen Monday's video, I posted this video right here with my roommate Blake. We did the Once in My Mouth challenge. So if you haven't seen it, I'm gonna post a card and the link down below. So go check it out and leave a comment after you watch this video, because things get a little weird and the comment section had me fucking dying. So be sure to check it out. All right, let's just dive into this video. So this is kind of the story about how it all took place, my experience, what I learned from it. I just wanna say too, the guy that I ended up going on a date with was a complete and utter sweetheart. But this is how everything kind of came to be and my experience. So about a month ago, I decided to go to trivia night at a local bar with my roommate Blake. And let me just say, I am not the best at trivia, but I am very competitive. So we went and we started playing and we started losing, and I was getting so frustrated. Now, of course, when I go to trivia, I'm gonna be drinking, I'm gonna have a beer or a cocktail, but I wasn't there to get lit. However, there was a lady who was playing trivia at the bar, and I could tell right away that she comes here often and trivia is her goddamn life. The reason I knew this is because every time she got an answer right, she started cheering and screaming, and she would go over to the other tables and be like, I got it right, did you get it right? That is the type of person that I cannot stand. So I started drinking a little bit more and a little bit more to kind of drown her out, because I don't condone violence whatsoever, but I was at the point where I was about to just chuck my drink and see where it landed, and that's where I was. So an hour into trivia, I'm pretty lit at this point. So I take out my phone, I decide it's time for boys, start swiping. So about, 10 seconds into it, my mind goes to, you know what? I'm just gonna start swiping right on everybody. So I just go on a swiping frenzy, and I'm just like boom, 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 boom. So I end up getting matched with this guy that night, who normally I wouldn't pair myself with just because we had such a radical age difference. And you guys know me, age isn't a huge thing for me, but this age difference was pretty radical. So we get matched and we start chatting a little bit, and the next day I wake up, I'm going through my phone, whatever, and I'm looking through my messages from the night prior, and I'm realizing that him and I actually had like a really good conversation, and he asked me out to dinner and I said yes. So at this point I have two options. I'm thinking I can either cancel on dinner, which is completely in my right. I don't have to go on a date with anybody, that I don't want to or feel comfortable with, or I'm thinking I can just go to dinner and see what happens, because I committed to something and I'm not really sure how it's gonna go or what it's gonna turn into, but who knows? The person could end up being really nice. And also I had no plans that week, so I was like, you know what? I don't really have anything to lose. So I told him that dinner plans were still on, and I decided to go on this date. So I texted him on Thursday about what his weekend plans look like, because I'm trying to feel out, are we grabbing dinner on the weekend, or should I try and plan for the following week? And this was the first time I had an inclination that maybe something is kind of up with this guy, because he doesn't have any social media. I didn't know anything about him, but I asked him what his weekend plans were, and he told me that he was spending the weekend cleaning out his garage. Now, the first thing I'm thinking is, bitch, you got a garage? Like, that does not happen in LA. For the record, obviously, garages are so normal with houses, but in Los Angeles, even everybody that I know that has a house, they don't really have a garage. They have a one-way driveway, a one-car driveway that goes up to the side yard. If you do have a garage, most of the time it's used for storage, but it's not like suburbia, you guys, okay? So garage, the first thing I thought was, good for you, like you have a garage. Then he starts to tell me that he's having 4 friends come over to help him clean it out, and it's gonna take 2 days. And he told me over text before that he had just moved into a place. So I asked him and I said, do you have a lot of boxes to go through, from your moving process? And his response to this was the first point that I was really like, what the fuck? I said, do you have a lot of boxes to go through? And he said, well, it's a 25-car garage. Like, I couldn't even process or visualize a 25-car garage. Like, who, one, needs a garage for 25 cars? 2, who even finds a place that has that? And 3, who can goddamn afford a garage, let alone one for 25 cars? So at this point I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, like who am I talking to? Why does he need a 25 car garage? And also, who am I talking to? So I totally just kind of rubbed it off and played it cool, and I was like, oh, that's a big garage. But I didn't know what to say to that. I mean, as somebody who doesn't even have a garage, I couldn't even visualize what a 25 car garage looks like. But I instantly knew, okay, homeboy has probably got some money. Fast forward 4 days and we decide, you know, we're gonna go out and grab dinner that night. He had just come home from an event and he asked me if I would rather meet at his house to grab dinner just because he was leaving. And I was like, sure, that works. So he sends me his address, plug it in my phone to see the GPS, how long it's gonna take me. And of course, because I am a nosy bitch, I decided to just put the address in Zillow just to see what the house looks like, to see what I'm walking into, because I didn't wanna be surprised. So I plugged this bitch into Zillow and it's like an $8 million house. And I'm thinking, Burk, this guy's really got some money. And I was looking at the photos and the house looked nice. It was a bigger, older house, but it was a huge property. And I'm thinking, okay, like homeboy's got money, so at least I know this walking into it, so I don't walk through the front gate being like, oh my God, because I'm not really that kind of guy. Money is great, but it's not everything, and it also doesn't like win me over. Like you can't like buy me or my time, but it doesn't mean that certain things aren't exciting, or it doesn't mean that certain things don't amaze me when I see them, because I'm not used to them on my day-to-day. So I drive to his house, park in his little like front spot, and when he answers the gate and I walk through, I instantly realize that the entire house that I had seen on Zillow has been 100% demolished, and he rebuilt his entire house from the ground up into probably one of the most beautiful houses I had ever seen, let alone been in. And I was just like, holy fuck. This is insane. The house is crazy. We walk in, he gives me a house tour. We like, you know, pour a drink. He gives me a house tour, and he wasn't being flashy whatsoever. He was just like, yeah, this is my place. Let me give you the tour. Put in perspective of this money, we had to take an elevator from the first floor of his house all the way down to the garage, which he had built out after he had the house demolished, which is insane. So we saw the 25 car garage, and he didn't have 25 cars. I think he has 8. He has 6 down there, 2 in the first floor garage, which are his day-to-day, and these are like $150,000 to $350,000 cars. It's insane, and I don't know anything about cars, so I wasn't really like dying over them, but I was like, these are honestly beautiful, and good for you that you were able to get to a place where you could afford things like this, that, you know, they're collector's items for him. And that's honestly like, hats off to you, homie. That's pretty incredible. So he shows me the cars, we go back up, we're getting a tour of the house. He's got like this wing of the house, he's got that wing of the house, he's got this wing, he's got that wing. There's 2 other parts of the house though that really had me fucked up. One of them was that, you know, I was looking at every room, every bedroom, and when it came to his master bedroom, his bedroom alone is bigger than my 2-bedroom apartment, which had me fucked up. But the part that had me fucked up even more than that was that in his bedroom, he has his bathroom area, and then he had a door which was closed, and I thought it led to a closet. We opened it, and he's all, yeah, this is the hers side. I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, well, I'm eventually gonna sell this place, and it's probably gonna be to a straight couple, so I thought I would build a hers bathroom side, so, you know, the wife or girlfriend, whatever, can have her own thing. You open these doors, and the hers side of the bathroom is bigger than my 2-bedroom apartment. Like, it blew my mind. I did not know how to react. It was the most insane thing I had ever seen in my life. And I was just like, fuck, this shit exists. And you don't know it exists until you see it. It was insane. I was like, no, nobody needs this. But you know what? Somebody's gonna be very lucky one day to have it. So after the house tour, we went downstairs, you know, we had a drink and we had dinner. And this is the cool part of the story. So this guy and I, who on paper probably would have never been a match, ended up chatting for about 3.5 hours over dinner, and we bonded on so many things that I did not expect, that it ended up being like one of the best dates, I would say, that I've had. And although this isn't somebody that I'm going to date or continue to go on dates with, we ended up having incredible chemistry as friends, and we ended up relating on so many things. For instance, his first business that he bought and sold was in Temecula, which is where I'm from. Him and I have a lot of the same mindset, even though we have a lot of, you know, years between us. We think the same when it comes to a lot of things for work, values, you know, our work ethic, our mindset, and how we perceive and how we view certain circumstances and trials and situations in life and how we react to them. And I actually had a lot of the same experiences when it came to family and friends. And I think one of the coolest things was over the 3.5 hours that we had dinner, we really formed a deep mutual respect for one another. And I thought that was really amazing. So the moral of the story, and the reason I'm telling you guys this story, is simply because I would have never met this guy and had a great connection, built a friendship, if I hadn't stepped out of my comfort zone or said yes to something that normally I wouldn't have. On paper, people wouldn't put us together, and probably I wouldn't even put myself together with him. But every single day, there are people that miss out on some of the best relationships, friendships, work relationships, any type of dynamic really, simply because they don't think that that other person fits in their life. And we have to take a step back sometimes and realize that not everybody is gonna look right on paper. They're not gonna look right when it comes to what we think we want or what we think we need, but sometimes we just gotta say yes to things. We have to give people a chance. He had to give me a chance, I had to give him a chance, and we ended up having a really great time. Now I also wanna say that, you know, although I walked into this guy's place and it was incredible, I mean, his doormat is worth more than my net worth, which was insane to me. You know, money isn't everything. It's not ever a reason to be in a relationship with somebody. I mean, if you meet somebody who's got money and you have an incredible relationship with them, then sweetheart, lock that shit in. However, you know, money doesn't buy happiness. It provides a lot, and money is an incredible thing to have, but you gotta make sure that you're in a relationship or dating somebody for the right reasons. For me, I mean, I really just got matched with somebody, ended up saying yes, even though it wasn't what my normal situation was, and ended up having a great time and meeting somebody really, really dope and authentic. So that is my story about going on a date with a billionaire who ended up becoming a friend. And you never know who you are gonna meet. You never know who you're gonna find a connection with. So allow yourself to be open to the possibilities of what can happen. Does not mean it's gonna turn out amazing. Sometimes we put ourselves out there and we realize it's not what we want. That's totally okay, but that is the process of life. We gotta just put ourselves out there or else we will never know. But anyways, that is today's video. I really hope you guys enjoyed this little story time. I thought it was fun and important to share kind of my experience in that dynamic. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Make sure post notifications are turned on because I'm posting every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So you can find me this Friday for the next video. You can find me on Instagram at Dominick Whelton in the meantime, and make sure you check out the video I did with Blake on Monday where we do the What's in Your Mouth challenge. That's pretty much it. I love you guys. Have an incredible rest of your day. Be kind to one another, and I will see you on Friday for the next video. Bye, cuties.